Hey, hi everyone, it's Cassie and I'm going to be making today blueberries and bananas for my daughter, and the recipe can be found at 411-baby.com, and I'll post the link up to the recipe on the sidebar. My daughter is 9 months and I believe blueberries can be started being introduced at 8 months. So what you'll need for this is the blueberries, and you can use as much as you want. If you want to just make it for dessert, one moment. If you want to make it just for dessert, you can, or you can make it to freeze it, and which is what I'm going to do. So I just kind of guessed how many blueberries I'm going to use, and that's a nice size. And then I got 2 bananas. And then I got these fruit cups. Now you can go to your local Toys R Us, Babies R Us store, or you can just recycle and you can just use these Adult fruit cups. And I just use these and I freeze them, but I'll get to that step later once we get to that stage. Then we have 1 cup of water, a blender, and then our pot to boil them. So what you're going to want to do, and if you wanted to make this, what tastes better is using like organic or freshly used fruit. So what we've done is actually taken our blueberries from a local farmer in the summer, and they've been freezing. So this is what we've used. So, and if you want to make this recipe as an organic recipe, all you need to do is buy your organic bananas and then buy your organic blueberries and bananas. So you're going to take your 1 cup of water, put it in your pot, just dump in your blueberries. And you're just going to take this over to your stove. So what you want to do is that you just want to turn the heat on medium, and then you just kind of stir it around. It's going to take a while. Mine are completely frozen. It'll obviously take less if you're using fresh berries because the water will heat up faster. But while you are waiting for your blueberry water to boil, you can take out or prepare your containers. Prepare your containers to go into the freezer if you're wishing to freeze your baby food. So like I said, you can buy lots of containers. We just happen to have Dole fruit cups, and they work pretty good for our family. And I just line the fruit cups up on a cookie tray. And once it's done, I'll clean this. Once it's done, I'll pour it into here and put it into my freezer. So our blueberries are nicely boiling, over boiling even. So I'll shut them off and I'm going to add them into the blender. And of course, because it's hot, I don't need to tell you guys are all like good cooks in the kitchen. Be careful so you don't burn yourself. Now, as I'm dumping this in, I'm thinking to myself that I probably have added too much water for my daughter because she likes her food more chunky. But we shall see how it thickens up after I mix it all and add a banana to it. So. And I'm just going to blend it on low. Now the thing about blueberries, or any berries, is that there's seeds to them. So you want to be careful. They're tiny little seeds, and depending on your baby and what kind of food they eat, they might choke on it. Because I'm making a large batch, I'm actually going to use my strainer and strain it to make sure all the skins, but she doesn't choke on it because I'm making such a large batch. So I just go like that, and then it'll just be completely blueberries. So I'm going to cut up the bananas and put them in. And just to smooth this process along, I'll take my spoon and kind of go like this to... So this has all been drained, so it's just like the skins and everything. So again, it's based on your baby, on what you feel more comfortable with. I don't know if all the tiny little skins, if it will actually, my daughter would be able to swallow them without choking on them, so. And so you just have your juice, so I'm going to stick it back in. My banana's already inside. And I only put one banana in for now because I want to see how thick it will go with the one banana. Now once you've done, what you want to do is you want to pour it into your containers. Now you want to kind of like your desired amount of what you think, what you think your baby's going to eat. So when that comes, if you're like first time making this recipe and you want to give it off as a first food, well, this actually can't be a first food, but it will come with time. You'll figure out how much your baby's appetite is. The best thing about after you've cooked your baby food is feeding your baby, and because she or he will be the ultimate decider whether or not you're going to be. So this will definitely be a recipe that I will continue on making for my daughter until she can eat blueberries. Until she can eat blueberries by herself. Blueberries and bananas are finished. This is what they look like frozen. And what you do, this is just a bowl of warm water. You can do it in your sink, whatever. You just dip it in, kind of count to 10 or whatever you think is good. And then you just squeeze. And it sits in like that. So when my daughter goes to eat, or anyone can go and get one of these out the night before and feed them. And then when you're doing it this way, what you'll need to do as well is if you don't go to Babies R Us and buy your containers for your... If you don't go to Babies R Us to buy your containers, because the containers that you can put in the freezer come with lids, you can go to any Zellers, Walmart, Superstore and get these little containers, which will fill, like one of these fits in this perfectly. So you're only taking 2 of these and they're completely leak proof if I have the lid on. So there you go.